Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster, and welcome to Viewers Anonymous, man. How you feeling? Is everything good with you?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing great. Baseball season is over with. You know what I'm saying? My son came in second place in the championship. We found out at the end of the game that they was actually playing up against a bunch of kids who was on the All-Star team, which is like they league's traveling team. So they, you know what I'm saying, they held their own. They did pretty good against them. And but you know what I'm saying, they started off in the losers bracket. They had a double elimination tournament. So they lost their first game, and then, you know, after that, they won all the way up into the tournament. All the way up into the championship. So I told him, you know what I'm saying, I was super proud of him, man. It was dope to see him, you know what I'm saying, get out there and do his little thing. But outside of that, man, I'm feeling amazing, brother. I got me a nice little refreshing nap after being out in the sun all day. I'm feeling good. How about yourself?
That's what's up, man. Congratulations, man. Because even coming in second when you make it to the championship game, still an accomplishment.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Big time.
So, but what that does, it make you hungry.
Yeah.
You know, to win. So, but other than that, man, like I'm good, man. Like, you know, it's been an eventful week. You know what I'm saying? I mentioned it. We was guests on Shenanigans with Friends. So, you know, shout out to Chris for, you know, inviting us to that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mentioned on there, man, you know what I'm saying? The divorce is final, my guy. You know
Congratulations, brother.
Man, I got from up under that rock, boy. So it feels good. It feels real good. It feels real good.
Free.
Man, look, I had somebody tell me today. I told them about it. They were like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I said, "Don't feel sorry." I said, "But hey, but this is great news. You hear me? Great news." So yeah, man, got that done. Yeah, man, and you know what I'm saying? You know, I took a vacation, but didn't take a vacation from the pie. You know what I'm saying? See, this is what y'all people got to understand. You know what I'm saying? We here for y'all.
Yeah.
You know, I knew I had a vacation coming up, but I said, you know what? We dropped 2 a week, so we gonna double up a couple of days.
And
so we still
gonna tell the difference.
Couldn't even tell the difference, man. We dropping these pies on y'all, man. So
whether we be at baseball games, vacations, whatever.
Yep.
Pies,
yep.
We gonna make sure
man.
pies,
these pies coming out. So, but I had a great time, man. You know, got to see my guy Mark, man. You know, his hospitality, man. Mark just a great dude. You know what I'm saying? To be able to, you know, go out of town and know you ain't got to pay for the hotel costs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's a blessing right there. You know, and you know he was a great guy. You know, took the kids to. We did a lot of things, man. We went to Wonderworks, you know, the upside down house. You know what I'm saying? We did that.
Yeah, y'all was out there showing out, man.
Yeah, man, we were showing out, man. Hey, boy, with the Legoland.
Yeah, y'all playing with alligators. Y'all was in.
Man, we was holding gators, everything, man. It was crazy.
Y'all was showing out.
Yeah, man. So it was a great time, but be able to breathe that Florida air, man. You know, it's you know, it was great to get out. So I think I got a shade darker, but. You know?
Me too. I ain't even been on vacation.
Hey, it's coming, man. It's coming. Because you know what? Honestly, the last time, like, I didn't even get a vacation last year because I ended up having to use all of my days, like, for shit with the kids. Because, like, that's when I really, really, like, became, like, a single parent. So, like, all of my days was, like, dentist appointments, eye appointments. You know what I'm saying? All types of shit like that. And the last time that I did take 2 weeks off, I was on crutches. That was when, you know what I'm saying?
Achilles.
Yeah, tore my Achilles, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I tried to see you when I was, you know what I'm saying, when I was up there, but, you know, we couldn't. No, I did.
Yeah, so you made it to
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah. So, but that wasn't like a vacation. It was just like, man.
And then I forgot you had told me about your Achilles, bro. I had you going down them steep ass steps. I'm like, oh. I'm like, man, this is dangerous, bro. I want my man to, you know what I'm saying, tumble down, bro.
Yeah, man, it was not good. It was not good, but you know what I'm saying? We made it work. We made it work. So, but yeah, it was good, man, to get a little thing out, man. But But I just want the fans to know, man, like, yo, we here for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying? But I will say this before we get started. We've been saying it and we've been saying it. If y'all got some suggestions, you know what I'm saying, you can hit us up on Instagram, you know what I'm saying, Facebook, whatever. Because I've had this is the crazy thing. Dude hit me up in the DMs.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I'll tell you who it was. Because you done a pod with him, Dustin.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Dustin hit me in the DMs. And he started asking me about, like, how do we do our movies and like stuff like that. So, I tell we make a list, whatever. And so he was like, yo, do y'all take suggestions? I'm like, man, I've been asking people for suggestions, So he was like, all right, man. He was like, I'm gonna tell you some of the things I'm watching, but he never got back to me. But yeah, man, like, look, we will do fanfare episodes if y'all want them, even if it's some shit that we ain't liking. You know what I'm saying? We'll watch it, we'll review it. Hey, I give it a 1 fire flame. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like this shit.
We'll
like
let
whatever.
you know if it's trash or not.
Yeah, so if y'all got some suggestions, man, we are here for them. But just know that we here for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got those pods out, even though you boys on vacation. And look, and this is not a shot. This is not a shot. I'm just saying. Because people that's in the podcast world, they love the Joe Buttons and the Brilliant Idiots and the Joe Rogans and all that. Now, Rogan giving them to you.
Yeah.
like he ain't playing. But last week, Brilliant Idiots, we on vacation. No pod this week.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're busy. I know y'all busy, okay? But still, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all telling me there was nothing that could have been done to where y'all could have put a pod out.
I ain't like that because even Joe was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We ain't going to have an episode Saturday, but if you were part of the Patreon, you know what I'm saying? They definitely had an episode that Friday. And this is one thing I will say about Joe. He is working, bro. He's working.
Yeah.
I literally listened to his pod from I probably get 4 pods from him a week because I do the Patreon part too, so I probably get 4 pods a week.
Yeah, see, I don't get the Patreon in, but it just like
you got you got to join up, bro. You talking about if you think Wednesdays and Saturdays is good, the Patreon joints primo.
I bet they are, man. But but that also give me opportunity to, cause like the pods that I listen to, like I say, Dan take up so much of my time because there's 4 days a week, and it's basically like 3 hours, and then like Ebro is 5 days a week.
Yeah,
that's like an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. So it'd be like I got these regular radio shits that I listen to that take up so much time that I can't get all the pods in I want. And then like I got my days where certain shit falls. So I mean, Joe, he doing some shit, but like I just thought it was like now they got engineers and producers and all that type shit. So yeah, it's I can see how it could happen, but it's just like I just want people to know like what we did last week.
Oh yeah, and it's just us.
Yeah, it's just us. And then really in our actuality, we did 4 because we did Disturbia on my platform, 28 minutes or less. So we really did 4 episodes last week.
And then came and did a guest spot with Chris on Shenanigans with Friends. So yeah. Speaking of, I know he already mentioned it, but I'm gonna say it again, man. Go check out Shenanigans with Friends podcast, featuring Chris, aka @is_Chris spelled KHRIS, on Twitter. Y'all make sure y'all go follow her pod, subscribe to our pod. I'm sorry, follow her on Twitter and I think she's on Instagram too. Make sure y'all go show her some love, man. She does a great job. She came up with some great topics. Her email format is immaculate. So y'all go show her some love, man.
Yes, sir. That was dope. Because if she didn't have all that stuff in the email, I would have been. I would just be like, okay, what's she saying? Okay, I ain't hear nothing about that.
That's one of my favorite pods to do a guest spot on, bro. Because it's like, it's not like, you know what I'm saying, like the average content that you gonna be able to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Usually they talking about, you know what I'm saying, the same thing everybody else talking about. Like what we talked about, I've not heard anywhere else.
I only heard one thing. out of like the 5 things. Well, obviously we started with one movie, but other than that, I only heard of like one of those stories.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what's
so
up. But I mean,
that was dope.
They just go to show you the type of work that she put into her pod, like the fact that she's able to find these unique stories and these unique articles, and you know what I'm saying, bring them up, talk about them and stuff like that. So she does amazing work, bro. So you know what I'm saying, I gotta take her, well, you know what I'm saying, take the hat off to her and show her some love, because that's not an easy thing to do. It's hard as hell to find some stuff like that.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. And I'm definitely appreciative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, she brought up the fact that, you know, she had a great time on the Tina episode that we did. So that was also dope to hear. Cause like, you know, you want to be, and then like, cause like she even mentioned, cause you were late and you was like, yo, can you start it? And it was just me and her for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Cause Penrose was late. BJ was late. So it was just me and her for a minute. She was like, okay, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So that was dope, man. It was definitely fun to do. So
for sure, man. And shout out to All Docked Up too, man. Shout out to
them, yeah, for
you know
sure.
They do a great job. You know what I'm saying? They kind of in the lane that we in as far as the movies go, but they of course just do documentaries. But they found some interesting. You talking about some documentaries? I don't watch some shit listening to them. So salute to them, Penrose, VJ, of course, Chris too. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? I think that in this little realm that we've been in, man, we've been making some cool friends, bro. We making some cool people to, you know what I'm saying, come in contact with and link up with. So it's been dope, man.
For sure, man. And you know what? I made a mistake on her podcast.
What?
I thought they was the first guest. They wasn't. How can we forget? Damn, Jamal was the first guest. Damn, I don't know how the hell I forgot that. He did.
What movie did he do?
He did. Let me see.
Oh, it was a sports movie. He did a basketball movie.
Was it? It wasn't Glory Road, was it?
No,
not Above the Rim. He did something before Above the Rim.
Oh my God.
He did something before that, and I cannot remember what it was. But yeah, technically, yeah, Jamal was the first guest on this podcast. Was. So man, and it's like at the tip of my tongue, man.
I got you. You did Rocky.
That's right. We did the Rocky series.
Yep. Because we did the whole franchise about it. Yep.
Yeah, we did the whole franchise. It was Rocky. Yep. He did Rocky, and we did a little smash up episode, and we did Above the Rim.
Yep.
Damn. So that was the second guest. But anyway, that's besides the point, man. Man, we got a good one today, man. This is a movie that, you know what I'm saying, I was excited about because it was one of those movies where I just kind of stumbled upon it. And then like I watched it and I was like, yo, like this shit is dope. But the other dope thing about it, look, dude, I don't know what it is. Yo, and we talked about this before. So the movie that we're doing, for the people who have not seen the description yet, we're doing Molly's Game. You know what I'm saying? Starring Jessica Chastain and Idris Elba, you know, and many more. But we talked about this when we did Ava.
Yeah,
because Jessica Chastain was the person that played Ava. I don't know what it was, dude, but it's like this movie right here that we doing right here. This movie right here, yo, I don't know what it was, but she was like, it was like, but I don't like that should be her look all the time, but like that like she should just. Intrigued? Man, look, she should be Molly Bloom all the time.
No.
It's like, yes.
She should be Ava all the time.
She was cool as Ava.
She was nice as Ava, bro.
She got this distinct look where it's like we talked about this before, we can get off of it, but like she's not like beautiful. But it's like
She funny looking in a good way.
Yeah, and it's like it's different, but in this role, it was like, yo, boy, that was it for me.
And it's the redhead too, the redhead.
Yeah, because she was the same thing in Mrs. Sloan. I don't know if you ever seen that. Uncle
Mm-mm.
Washington loved that movie.
Mm-mm.
She played she was a lobbyist
Okay.
on guns.
Okay.
And Uncle Washington was big on that because Mr. Sloan is a real person,
You're right.
Elizabeth Sloan. And well damn, Molly Bloom is too.
Yep.
But yeah, he really loved Uncle Washington, man. Rest in peace to him. He loved that movie. We talked about it briefly on the podcast. But yeah, man, this movie it was really dope, man. Like when I watched it's one of those movies where it's not something that you would. I think initially people would skip over it, but I think like once you start watching it and you see the story within the story, because there's like stories within. Okay. It got different layers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
throughout the movie,
Big time.
but like what I wanted to start with and because I was thinking about this today and I wanted to talk to you about it was just being, you know what I'm saying, the child that's in the shadows, right? Because if I remember, she was the middle child, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think
Then
so.
she has a younger sibling, but her older brother was the star. He
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? He went to the Olympics, all that
Mm.
type shit, skiing on those slopes, and she had the talent. The
She
talent
was
was
messed
there.
up, but she messed
But
up back.
but the thing is, she was number one. She was a girl, so that kind of gave her a slight. But then at the same time, like her brother was all world, literally all world. So like for her to be in that spot and the chances of this what happening to her when she broke her back. I mean, just imagine for any. I've never been skiing before, but you've seen skiing equipment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just imagine. You know what I'm saying? The boots clamp on to the skis, and you going down these slopes. And just imagine how perfect out of because she even mentioned like the chances of this happening for a branch, a little tiny tree branch, to clip off that thing on that boot and that ski, and for her to land without that and to break all the bones for her to shatter her back.
To re-break her back.
Yeah, because she broke her back before.
Yeah.
And she battled all the way back, rehab back, all of that shit.
She had some type of scoliosis that had caused her spine to have like I think she said it was a 63-degree angle or something like that.
Yeah, like because it was young when she did it, so she still
12.
was growing.
Yeah, she was 12.
Yeah, so for her to be, in the shadows of her brother, and then to build herself back up, and then for that to happen to her, like, could you see how her taking the road that she took, and also being addicted to painkillers the way she was, like, man, I don't really know how.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. The way that this movie turned and the way that this story turned, I never would have imagined that this is what she would have been doing. Basically, so real quick to give everybody a synopsis of pretty much what's going on, so you guys won't be lost. The story is about Molly Bloom, who was an Olympic skier. She ended up getting into an accident that kind of ended her career. She ended up doing like odd jobs here and there. She ended up running into this guy who was running an underground poker room, and he was basically doing like illegal gambling. Then he basically took advantage of her because she was getting good at what she did. He ended up letting her go because he couldn't control her, so she ended up starting her own underground gambling room. And then next thing you know, she hired her little team of you know what I'm saying, little hot to trot ladies who was, you know what I'm saying. She had her little hot to trot ladies who was bringing them in, and they was getting all of these billionaires and these foreign royals, and they was getting athletes and all these, you know what I'm saying, exclusive people to come down and do everything and bet and play poker, everything like that. And then basically she got hit with like racketeering or some shit like that, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then the FBI pretty much was just targeting her to try to get at those people that were in the illegal gambling ring. And then at the end of the day, she basically got off with a tap on the wrist.
Not only did she get a tap on the wrist, she ain't sell nobody out.
That too. She never snitched, and she wrote a book and still didn't snitch.
And still didn't snitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, how do the girls be the real? Okay. I'm gonna get back to my question, but it's not the girls the real ones. Lil' Kim did snitch.
Yeah. Martha
she
Stewart.
did snitch. Martha Stewart. And then you got all these dudes on First 48, boy.
Crying like babies, bro.
Man, Schools did it, man.
but nah, back to your question, man. I like I said, I didn't expect for the story to go the way it went. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I told you, today was my first time seeing it, so I had literally just watched it. I did a little bit of research before I actually watched it, but seeing it is something totally different. I know it's added, you know what I'm saying, for the dramatic effect in some areas, but just seeing, you know what I'm saying, certain events and everything unfold, it was pretty crazy. Like, seeing the accident was, you know what I'm saying, was wild. Seeing her have to deal with the dude, you know what I'm saying, who was pretty much just like abusing her at every chance that he got. You know what I'm saying? She brought in some bagels, and he was like, I don't want bagels from this place. And I'm like, fam, she did try to do a good thing by bringing you some bagels, and you treating it like, you know what I'm saying, like a busted tire on the side of the road. And then, you know, you seen her kind of come into her own, and it's interesting that you say that, you know what I'm saying, her being the middle child, she had to, you know what I'm saying, take a fall, get back up, and you know what I'm saying, come back harder, and then take another fall, get back up, and come back harder. It pretty much seemed like this was her whole life story. You know what I'm saying? Like, she fell off in the Olympics, came back, you know what I'm saying? Well, she fell off in skiing, came back, ended up being an Olympic skier. She fell off in that, turned around, and then, you know what I'm saying, she was making all of this money working in the gambling ring. And then she fell off on that, came back in and started her own joint. And then she fell off in that, and then came back and started a total new one. So, you know what I'm saying, like, it just seemed like it's if at first you don't succeed, you know what I'm saying, type story. But I don't know, man. It's the way her dad was, you know what I'm saying, being kind of harsh on her and everything else. You kind of seem like, you know, she had that fire in her, like she wanted to prove something. But there was no way I expected her to be going down this route.
Yeah, definitely. But I think that the reason why she ended up being so passionate about it is because I think that was the one thing that it was like that was the one thing that she had. Like, she knew she was good at it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she was like, I'm good at this, and I'm gonna do this shit to the max because, and I think that it was something for her. It's like she was always like fighting for attention because like she could never be better than her brother. In all actuality, like she could have, but it was just like every time she would get there, a hurdle would come.
Yep.
And like the crazy thing was, I love the way that she explained it. I wish I could remember exactly how it went down, but she was just like, it was 1 out of 12 million zillion chances for me to hit that tiny twig the way that she hit that twig, and for that to snap off her boot from that ski, and for her to land the way she did, it's like just think of the chances of that happening. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think with her doing that, and then just the government just being the way it is, like, I mean, I honestly didn't think she should have did jail time for that shit.
Well, she didn't.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. Like, I'm glad that she didn't have to, because it's like, think about, I mean, come on, man. These millionaires are fucking, they shit in the country all the time. Like, man, Jeff Bezos just spent billions of dollars to just fly into space real quick. To go into space for 5 fucking minutes.
That nigga went to the top of the atmosphere.
You know what I'm saying?
Him and the like, dude from Virgin Mobile, just idiots. They talking about we went into space. We ain't got no fucking space. Y'all niggas went to the top of the atmosphere.
And so it just
Nah, man, that shit pissed me off. They are, bro, because that shit pissed me off. Like, they got this shit on TV and all this stuff, but that's not even important. Who cares if Jeff Bezos goes to space? Who cares? He paid for the rocket to go to space. He should go to space with the money that he paid. I'm with him. If he didn't go to space, that's news. Jeff Bezos paid all this money, didn't get to space. Like, how much money? Yeah, he's pissed. That's news.
That's funny. But it was just like, listen, I understand it's a crime. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it was like what she was doing, it was harmless. And then we got these billionaires who's shitting on people all the time. So it's like, but the dynamic between her and her lawyer, you know what I'm saying, Charlie, that
Charlie
was
Jaffe.
That was, I don't know, man. It was weird. Like, it seemed like she had this effect, and I think that Charlie felt this way. I think that the reason why he could care for her, because when they would have their sessions, you know, she would talk about the just insane shit that she had to go through during her childhood and shit, and like growing up.
Well, and a lot of things. She wasn't really a criminal.
Yeah, but it's like it felt to be more like not. It seemed like it became more than a business transaction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It seemed like he started to really care for her in a way of like, yo, I do not want you to go down for this because you don't deserve it. Like, you've been through a lot of shit, and what you was doing, it was harmless.
And you know shit, after a while, he was basically doing it for free. Well, he was doing it for free.
He was doing it for free.
Yeah,
because
they seized all the money.
Exactly. And then, like,
she said she had $4 million, bro, in the bank. She said she went to the bank, and it had a note that said, contact the Department of Justice. And there was $0 in that account. If I ever go to the bank and I have $4 million, and then I come back and there's a note instead of my $4 million, you don't have to worry about contacting the Department of Justice. I'm going to go up there personally, and I'm going to get my money. Do you hear me, bro? I'm going to get my money. Then, not only did they take her money, they taxed her for the money that she had. So that way, they had a valuable way to take her money. So they took her money. After they took her money, they basically taxed her for everything that she had, which was the $4 million. So she just really paid $4 million in taxes and didn't have nothing left over. Bro, you talking about the dirtiest scam in America, bro. The government always is behind the worst scams, bro.
They are, man. It all it is a huge scam.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
How do you tax somebody $4 million, bro?
Yo, I remember when I used to be stupid and go to a tax place to get my taxes done, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was this, yes. So it was a person that worked at the place, and they was from London.
Mm-hmm.
And so they was like, yo, America is fucking y'all over.
Yeah.
They was like, we got, that lady was like, people are coming in here and getting excited about money that was already theirs.
Right.
So it's just like, and they were just saying like the money that they was explaining to me the tax system in the way it went down over there. I don't forgot what it was. This was years ago. But they was like, America do this shit totally backwards, and they just fucking y'all. And then it was like, then people get excited about getting money that was already there to begin with anyway.
Bro, so, it's like the way America's tax system work, right? Is like, I make my money, but I give you a cut for you to do whatever you want with it, and then you basically just give me whatever the change is that's left over.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
It is definitely some bullshit.
Hey, speaking of taxes, real quick, America, if you're listening, if y'all want to give black people reparations, let us stop paying taxes.
Man, I thought about the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, just give me my whole check. You know what I'm saying?
We're College Square. If we don't have to pay taxes, bro, I'm good.
I'm telling you. I would be good out here in these streets if I didn't have to pay taxes.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely thought that they relationship it went from a business transaction to actually them like really becoming friends and him actually caring for her, because the scene that got me, and like you said Idris Elba did his thing, yo.
Yeah, he
when they
killed
when
this
they
role.
man when they was in the courtroom
Mm-hmm.
and she was telling him that I'm just gonna take responsibility for it,
Mm-hmm.
and like, dude, like the look on his face when the judge had asked the prosecutors to come up. I mean, dude, he looked like he was about to like it was like some people when they act, it's not acting, it's just natural. Like they become the character.
Yeah.
He became the character, and it was just like that shit made me feel bad.
Not even in the courtroom before they was doing the courtroom, when they was just doing the meeting between the prosecutor and them, and he had broke down and gave that speech like, "Yo, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes.
Y'all want her to give somebody up? She's not giving them up. Y'all even said that she can go free. She still ain't giving them up. Y'all even was willing to give her money back, and through all that, she still ain't give them up. She could have gave everybody up in her book. She could have made way more money than that $4 million. She still didn't even write it in her book. Whatever you're looking for, bro, is not gonna happen. Just do the right thing. And that's what he kept, and you know what I'm saying. That's just everything he kept inferring. But just saying, like, do the right thing. That's all he was trying to get them to do. And like when he started talking and going into that moment, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. Like he's acting.
Yeah. And so I just felt like what he did there, and just like the way that he put his head down, and then for the judge to be able to come out and say like, yo, like right down the street, how many crimes had they committed in the last hour? And he was talking about Wall Street. And that's what I'm saying. So you got Wall Street committing crime by the minute, and she's running, you know what I'm saying, a gambling ring. And really, honestly, it's only because they wasn't getting the cut of it.
Pretty much.
Like if she had like the IRS like taxing that shit, it wouldn't have been no problem. But because
if it was Vegas, everything would have been cool.
Exactly. And it was Vegas, but it was her own Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So, but then it was really better because the people, it was privacy. They didn't have to worry about nobody, busting in. Everybody had their drink. So like she had like a great fucking setup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just, but then like you got to think about the personal shit, like you mentioned, like her getting beat, her having to take these painkillers.
Yo, that was crazy. When dude just popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then the doorman set her up. I'm like, yo. Like that was wild. So for anybody who haven't seen this movie, there's a scene in the movie where she's expecting a package from the doorman. And he's supposed to bring it up himself. So she's in her room or whatever, or she's in her apartment or whatever. The doorbell rings. She's talking. She goes to the door, and then like it's this older, fat Italian dude. He busts. Well, he don't really bust in. He just walk in, and then like he just start mopping her up, bro. Like he punching her in the face. You know what I'm saying? He's slamming her head up against the wall. And I will say that whoever made that apartment, they got some very sturdy walls, because I didn't see not one dent in the wall. I didn't see no cheap you know what I'm saying, you don't see none of that cheap board that they make with the walls. Like that was a pretty sturdy wall. But you know what I'm saying, he was hitting her in the hitting her head up against the wall. I thought he was about to suffocate her, but he just covered her mouth. Then, you know what I'm saying, went to the safe, got whatever money she had there, and then at first, I thought he was about to shoot her, but he didn't shoot her. He hit her with the butt of the gun, which gave her like another concussion on top of the two she already had. Then punched her again. Then, you know what I'm saying, he kicked her a couple times. Then just walked out.
That's what got me, man. Literally, I wanted to jump through the TV because I told you this is to me this is the best she ever looked. I was offended. I was mad. Like I was looking for that dude, but I was like, boy, let me find this man. This is not right, man. Don't do this to her like that.
Yeah, man.
But
But yo, I like she was on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like well, she wasn't on drugs. She was on like you know what I'm saying, basically painkillers.
yeah,
And you know what I'm saying. She said she stayed in the house for like 3 weeks
yeah,
just to make sure she was healed back up, like with
yeah, because
no
her bruises was insane. Like she couldn't go out
yeah.
looking like that.
She ain't had no contact with nobody. She couldn't even go to the police because if she went to the police, then she had to get questioned, and she wasn't willing to give nothing up. So I mean, basically, this is a story of. I mean, she at the end of the day, bro, she just a real nigga, man.
Yeah, she's a G, man.
Yeah,
She's a G that don't get recognized. Because
yeah.
it's like for her to go through the trial that she went through and get offered everything. Like you
Mhm.
said, they offered her money back, no
Yeah.
jail time, and she was willing to
No,
go down.
she pled guilty.
Yeah,
They said that we're not even gonna say you guilty. She was like, no, forget all that. I'm guilty. They said, the only thing you got to do is cooperate. Nah, I ain't cooperating with nothing. I'm guilty. I said, what?
and
That's
it went
crazy.
under the radar. But
Yeah.
but but we sit here and we uplift. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
6ix9ine out here in the
Mm-hmm.
streets when we know what he did. But you got
He
Molly
told
Bloom
on
out
everybody.
here. Yeah, like yeah, man. She's a real G, man. It's really, man, a great movie, and it's
Yeah.
just one of those ones where it just kind of sneak under the radar because it's like I think that a lot of the times when it be these stories, I think that some people might watch the trailer and be like, because I don't think the trailer,
It don't do it no justice.
yeah, it didn't make me want to watch it.
Yeah.
This was one of those movies that I didn't watch the trailer. Like I was just like, you know, I'm willing to take a chance on some shit. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just it was something I seen. I was like, man, you know what? Let me check this out. Because I don't think the trailer will pull you in, but I think
Right.
once you start watching it,
Mm-hmm.
and then that storyline start kicking in, you like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, like this shit is crazy. And
Okay.
like a
Go ahead.
no,
I
no,
was
no, you got it.
okay. Now I do got a question for you.
Okay,
What do you think of Harlan, bro?
Harlan.
Harlan is the one that basically gave everything up. Remember, they had the he was a part of the 4 people that was the snitches that told on it. He was basically the FBI informant for you know what I'm saying everything, but it was him and the 3 other people. It was one of them was an agent. He was the informant, and then the 2 other people was also in on it, and that's how she got caught.
I mean, what did you expect? I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's protecting his own neck, man.
And
Every
I
everybody
I get it.
everybody ain't everybody ain't built for it. Like
Right.
you got all these people who are willing to commit these crimes,
Mhm.
but then when shit really hit the fan,
Mhm.
that's when motherfuckers start acting different
Well,
and
see,
start telling names.
the thing that ticked me off was because right, so it was that one game where Bad Brad, I think that was dude's name. The Bad Brad dude, he had put all in, and he really didn't even know how to play the game. And
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, he put in, and he was just like, you know what I'm saying, I just seen them over there do da da da, and I just did, and I just figured I just call you bluff. And Harlan lost all that potential money he could have made. And then that's when she seen him, and that's when they really got tight after that moment. And she was basically using him to bring in, you know what I'm saying, more business and more people. But she was also showing him the same love that she was showing Player X. Because remember, Player X he was making all the money. He was blowing people out the water.
yeah. And
You know
player
what I'm
X
saying?
knew that Brad didn't know how to play, but he didn't care. He was
Exactly.
like, nah, I don't care if you don't know how to play. I'm taking his money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Player X was taking everybody out, but Harlan, he was the one that was basically like, I don't want to say her partner in crime, but he was basically kind of like a pseudo right hand for her. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could talk about these, you know what I'm saying, these meetings that we having, and I could have people come in, and I could bring in more people for you, You know what I'm saying? And you can really make some money, but not only that, you know what I'm saying, we can raise the stakes on these joints. And it was just like to see that and see him talking to her and hyping her up, and then to find out, bro, he basically was the snitch this whole time. It was just crazy, bro.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, man, because it's just like once they start hitting you with like, yo, you could do this amount of time, or even you get hemmed up on some smaller shit, and you like, yo, well, I know this is going on
Right.
just to get out, you know what I'm saying? Because he wouldn't have served no real time, not
Nah.
no real time, but you're
Nah.
gonna give Molly up, and then
Mm-hmm.
Molly goddamn don't give nobody up. But what I was gonna bring up was another scene that got me was when cause like this is what people gotta remember. Like you said, she had a note, 4 million gone. So she's out here
Mm-hmm.
broke.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes to an ice skating ring and she ain't got no money. She ain't
Yep.
even got no money to roller skate. But the ice skate, she goes
Mm-hmm.
to the girl and she hands her gloves and she was like, yo, I forget
$800.
$800 gloves. She
Mm.
told the girl. And so the girl gave us some skates. She out there skating. And you know, she's a no,
Former
she
skater.
still
She
yeah, she's
basically
a
a
former
former
skater,
skater.
but you know what I'm saying, she's a rebel.
Yeah.
She starts skating fast
Mm-hmm.
when you don't supposed to skate fast. So the people chasing her and she was like, come get me. So she's skating real fast. And then she hears her dad, which is
Yep.
played by how the fuck I did not
Kevin
mention Kevin
Costner.
Costner.
Kevin
Man,
Costner. Bro.
look, I
Body
would
part.
call but you know the first thing that come to mind for me, it's an underrated movie, dude. I swear to God,
Waterworld.
man. No, 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 no,
What?
no, no. No. My favorite Kevin Costner movie, my God. This and I'm not a huge Kevin Costner fan,
Yeah.
but this one movie, and it's slipping my mind. I'm about to get it for you, but this one movie, man, that to me it is the best movie he's ever done.
Waterworld.
Um, no, Criminal was cool. I like Criminal,
Mm-hmm.
but what the fuck is it at? What is it at, man? I cannot believe I forgot the title of it. I used to have that shit on DVD, my guy. What the hell is going on?
What, Robin Hood?
No, it wasn't Robin Hood. That's what I'm saying. It was an underrated movie. I don't think it ever hit the
The Postman?
no, it wasn't the Postman. It wasn't the Postman. Mr. Brooks, that's the name of it. Mr.
I know what
Brooks.
you're talking about. I ain't watching
Man,
that.
Mr. Brooks was dope, man. It was
Yeah.
so dope, man. He was like a serial killer, my guy.
Mm.
And like he had like these split personalities, and like
Oh, okay.
he talked to like one of his personalities, like he would like talk to him,
Mm-hmm.
and like he was like this professional killer, and then what ended up, I ain't gonna say it because you might watch it, but
Yeah.
there's a twist in it. I'm telling you, Mr. Brooks, my guy, watch that shit. That shit is dope. But
Okay.
anyway, so she sees her dad, and
Mm-hmm.
then boom, she crashes into somebody. So then they have this conversation, and then you could tell it was a conversation that's been lingering for years that they
Mm-hmm.
never had. And so they finally had this conversation. She broke down, and I think that if I remember correctly, because I didn't get a chance to watch it, like I usually do, I think that that's when she made the decision to, yo, I'm pleading guilty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think that conversation that she had with her dad at that time
It was like a
was,
breakthrough.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it was that conversation that she needed because it was things that she'd been wanting to say to her dad for years,
Mm-hmm.
but she just didn't have it in her to actually say it. So I thought that was a pivotal moment of the movie is when she was out there skating and then she had the opportunity to speak to her dad. And I think that that was that turning point for her to make that decision to just plead guilty and take the quote unquote jail time.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like, and the dope part was, you know what I'm saying, like she didn't get any jail time. So basically all she had to do was do, I think it said 200 hours of community service. 20 hours of community service. Then she had to pay a fine of 200 $100,000, and then she had a year of probation. So basically, she got off scot free.
I wouldn't call it scot free.
I mean, compared to what she
Man,
could have got.
but can you imagine paying 200 and something thousand and you ain't got no money?
You don't literally pay the 200,000 back though. Like they give you the option, because you know how it works. They give you the option of paying the percentage, or you know what I'm saying, you can do the payments or whatever if you got it. But they already seized the 4 million from her, so they knew she ain't had no money. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but don't get me wrong, Molly's good out here in these streets. Obviously, she got a whole movie done about her, and also the book. So she recuperated that, but maybe not. Well, I don't know, because this movie made.
Hey man, listen, she could have got right back into the gambling game, and it wouldn't have been nothing, because she ain't snitch on nobody.
This is true. And we don't know how much money they paid her for the story, but it had
you really don't even know how much money she made though.
Yeah, because like it was a $30 million budget, and it grossed worldwide basically 59 million.
Well, no, I'm talking about, because all she said was she just had 4 million in the bank. That's all she said. We don't know if she, you know what I'm saying, she really had some ducats somewhere else, because I look at it like if she wasn't snitching on them, and she damn sure wasn't telling and saying anything unless she had some extra money laying around. And then with her dad being a psychologist, when even like you could see it in her that she still had a lot of that in her. Like even when she was talking to Charles or whatever, and she would say certain stuff, and she was like, "Yeah, but this will have me looking like such and such and such, and that'll make me look like." She was psychoanalyzing everything, and at the same time of, you know what I'm saying, like having those conversations with him.
But then you also got to look at it this way: for her not snitching on them, maybe they could have been like, "Yo, for you not the snitch,"
they probably hit her off.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Hit her up. Yo, here's a couple mil. You know what I'm saying? 2-3 mil. You could have ratted on me, and you kept my name out of it. You could have put me in a book.
Word.
And you didn't even do that.
Word.
So, and that's another thing about having like powerful friends and shit, is the fact that they can help you in these type situations. And we're like, what, you know what I'm saying? You held me down, I'm gonna give you this for holding me down. So
and yeah, you make a great point, because that's what Charles said in that meeting. He was like, "Yo, we talking about billionaires, and we talking about CEOs of Fortune 500s who got college age mistresses. We talking about, you know what I'm saying, athletes who, you know what I'm saying, who got agents who know the ins and outs of everything as far as sports betting. We got film directors that, you know what I'm saying, might say that this person ain't it for a role, but they know how the movie gonna pan out and what's da da da. I mean, like, she had to connect on everything. She was connected to a lot of people. So yeah, you are definitely right about that. She definitely could have got hit off with some cash, man.
Yeah, but that's just I just want to, like, I done said it like 7-8 times, but we don't praise these people enough, man.
Yeah.
To where it's like, I know I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing it. I know it's against the law, and I can get jammed up. I got jammed up, and I'm gonna do the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna rat nobody out, and I'm gonna do the time. And for all of the shit that's going on in the world, for her to stand up on her too and be like, you know what I'm saying? I've had a shitty life. I've reached the top, and now I'm willing to. Well, I already lost everything, but now I'm willing to go to prison and don't. Man, come on, man.
Yeah, that's fire, man. That's fire. Speaking of fire, are you ready for the fire flames?
Let's do it.
Cool. Let's go.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right, man. So, for anybody that's new to the pod, we do a rating system of every movie or television show that we have an episode on. It's a rating system of 1 to 5. Of course, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, and we use the fire flame emoji. the flame emoji, as other people call it, but we call it Fire Flames because the movies that we like are, of course, Fire Flames. I don't remember who went last, but I'm
I go
willing.
first.
Okay, cool.
I
I'm
go
willing to
first,
take the
man.
lead, but you got it, brother.
Man, I'll do it, man. Because this was definitely a movie that I've been trying to get us to do for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I did not mention this earlier. It's a 2017 film,
Yep.
but the cast for me was great. Like I said, man, this was just like one of those real weird attractions for me. I don't know what Jessica did for this film, but it did it for me. But but it was a great cast. It's a great story, even though I know it's based on a true story. But like you said, sometimes they juicy it up with because it's
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood and everything. But it was a great story that I never heard of. So I'm a sucker for true stories, man, of shit that's really happened that
This needs to
I
be a
missed.
documentary, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, get the real story because I know it was some shit left out.
Yeah, big
You know what
time.
I'm saying? It was definitely shit left out. So I'm a sucker for true stories, man. I'm a sucker for films that's in this round. I can watch Molly Games like all the time. This is just one of those movies where I kind of put it with the Dark Knights. Like I could just Zodiac. I could just put that
Mm-hmm.
shit on. And anytime I say is one of those movies that I could just put on and just watch, you already know I'm giving it a fire flame, man.
Woo!
Man, I love
Okay,
this movie, man. I love this
man.
movie. These are the movies that
That
get
was
me, man.
unexpected. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was totally unexpected.
Dude,
I did not expect you to go there.
I was thinking 4.5. I was going into it, but once I got to like going to my little criteria of like, oh, it's on. I'm watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like that. This is just one of those movies that get me like that.
Yeah.
And then like I say, listen, I love horror movies. You know, horror movies is my
Yep.
shit.
Yep.
But like right after that, dude, like dramas that are true stories, that's my shit, man. I fucking
Yeah.
love this shit. I'm a
Yeah.
sucker for that every time. So yes, I know it was unexpected,
That was
but
unexpected.
I'm gonna stick with it, man. I'm gonna stick with my fire flame, man.
Okay. For me, man, like I said, this was one of those movies that, what I'm saying, my first time watching. Um, it was interesting to see. This was a very unexpected story. The events in this movie it's a lot of twists and turns in this movie, first and foremost. And I'm definitely a sucker for twists and turns. The cast in here was amazing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of different people in here. We mentioned Idris Elba, we mentioned Jessica Chastain, Kevin Costner. But outside of that, man, you got Michael Cera that's in here. You got Chris O'Dowd that's in here. You know what I'm saying? Great comedic actor. You got Graham Greene in here. You know what I'm saying? He always playing somebody's Indian grandpa in one of the Walker Texas shows or something like that. You got Joe Keery, you know what I'm saying, from Stranger Things in here. Like, you got a bunch of people in here that, you know what I'm saying, that just popped up and a lot of people don't know about. So, you know what I'm saying, that was interesting. The story itself, to me, made the movie what it was. Idris Elba did a great job. My only thing is it was a slow start for me, and it once it got towards like that almost the hour mark, it started to slow down a little bit for me. But outside of that, everything else was good. I'm gonna give it a 4.
That's what's up. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it, man. It's just like that be the stuff that get me, man. Like I don't know. It got me. It got me.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
but it was great, man. I would suggest for everybody to go check it out, man. Which
definitely.
I do hope. Like that's another thing that I hope that this podcast does is that either however you want to do it, whether it's you hear the pod, oh that's
Hmm.
interesting, I'm gonna go watch it, or
Hmm.
if it's like, oh well, I never seen that, so let me watch it and then listen to the
Yeah,
pod. I don't know what some of y'all process is, but hopefully the movies that we're doing, y'all are checking these movies out as well.
definitely. Please do, and let us know what y'all think about it, man. Let us know what y'all Fire Flame rating is, man. You know what I'm saying? We would greatly appreciate that. So, Man, the next one that we got, only because I know for a fact anybody that listens to this never seen it. All I'm gonna tell them is just don't panic.
Man, I'm telling you, but it's just like it's a thinking thing.
Yeah.
Like because it kind of got that fear factor, like the show.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. It's like Fear Factor mixed with Saw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That is
Yeah.
great. That is
Fear Factor
great.
Fear Factor was good.
But
Cause I didn't even think about that.
speaking of fear factor, yo, did you see that thing I tagged you in about Joe Rogan?
What
I
when?
tagged you in something like 2 or 3 days ago.
I'm gonna have to
Um,
what did you tag me on? Facebook or IG?
Facebook. It was
Okay,
Facebook.
I'm gonna go back and look.
Well, basically, all it was like it showed Joe Rogan. I think it was his first podcast,
Mhm.
and like he had this rinky dink mic,
Oh yeah,
just a
yeah.
little,
I
look a
know exactly
little,
what you're talking about. I went back and looked at it and it looked crazy.
yeah. And for him to get with, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
a vision, and like sometimes it
He
takes
like
time.
in the thousands too, bro.
Yeah, he got a lot of fucking episodes.
He said he been doing it for like almost 10 years.
That's nuts, my guy. But
Yeah,
he used to be a host of Fear Factor.
that's what I'm saying,
So
bro. So we got
so
some
yeah,
work to do, man.
exactly. We do. But yes, but you Fear Factor and Salt. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's a mixture of that. So
Yeah.
be ready for this next one, man. It's gonna be another good one. I know we
It
always say
will be.
that, but it is. Shit. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck.
It's gonna be an interesting one because this isn't your average. This ain't your average watch. Like the
And
setup in itself is crazy.
you got me on this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this was a good one. I wanted to give you
Yeah.
your credit. You know what I'm
I
saying? Give you your
appreciate it.
props.
I seen it on the ad, and I just seen the trailer for it, and the scene that I seen was like, yo, what the hell is this? So went there, watched it, and I was like, oh yeah, we got to do this one. This is one of the ones we got to do. So Friday, man, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be ready. We definitely gonna hit y'all over the head with it. You know what I'm saying? And I can't wait, man. I really can't wait.
Yes, sir. Same here, man.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? We thank y'all for listening to the episode. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You guys can follow me at Scoots Bronson on Twitter. You can follow me at Scoots Bronson _TV on Instagram. Make sure you follow the pod on Instagram at View9Pod. Make sure you follow the pod on Facebook at VA Watch Group. I'm sorry, VA Pod Watch Group. Join the group. You know what I'm saying? That's all the information that you can get from there. On the Instagram, we just letting you know what episode we did, what movie we did, or what television show we did. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to S-Dot because he put a lot of work into making these, you know what I'm saying, these posts. And, you know, he's behind the whole post thing and he's doing a great job of it. So when we tell y'all that it's really just us two doing this, it's really just us two doing this. We control the social medias, we control the editing, we control, you know what I'm saying, the posts, all that. So we doing everything ourselves. And you know what I'm saying, we busting our behinds to make sure we give y'all the best content possible. And we really do appreciate y'all support for it. And last but not least, once again, man, make sure y'all go check out Shenanigans with Friends, the podcast. Go subscribe to it. Go follow Chris at its_Chris with a K on Twitter and I believe Instagram as well. Make sure you follow Shenanigans with Friends pod. I think it's SW Friends pod on Twitter and I think that's on Instagram as well. Go follow them, subscribe to the podcast, show her some love, man. And that's all I got, bro.
Yeah, man. Once again, shout out to Chris, and I appreciate the invite. But also, y'all, I just been having a lot of shit going on. I'm gonna try to get back to putting these clips up as well. I've been slacking on those, so I'm gonna try to get better at getting those out as well. But you can catch those on S.Foster8. That's on Instagram and Twitter. You can go to the 28 Minutes or Less pod on Instagram. You can go to 28 Minutes or Less on Facebook. That's where you can catch all this stuff. And also, for the people that are listening to these pods, we don't really ask much from y'all, but just to get some feedback, like just write up on it. Like if you listen to the episode, I posted, Scoops posted about it.
Mm-hmm.
Throw your fire flame up under there. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
we really
saying?
would appreciate that. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, just to know, where we at. It's always great to get some feedback for people to know if it's something that they like or don't like.
Yeah.
If it's like I mentioned earlier in the pod, if it's a movie that y'all think that we should do or watch, let us know. Or if it's something that you want us to do more. So yeah. So, but I'm gonna try to get back to getting those clips out there as well.
For sure, man. Yeah, and with that said, as you already know, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. We greatly appreciate it. See you guys Friday. And like they say in Hollywood, man, that's a wrap.
Cut.